Hi there, thanks so much for clicking this video. This is BlabenSolutions and I welcome you to today's edition of video tutorials using Photoshop CS6. So in today's video I will be teaching you how to design a simple label like this. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you've already done so, I want to say a big thanks to you. And if you are all here too, I want to say thanks so much for showing up once again. Without much ado, let's get started. These are the resources that I'll be working with, and I'll be copying and pasting this text onto it. So my Photoshop is already opened. So what I'm going to do is come to File, then click on New, then with a new let's name this Special Rookie. No. So with the size, with the width, I'm going to make this place 7 inches. Remember, we are working in inches, so I'm going to make this place inches, and with the height I'm going to make this 2.5. Alright, so I'm going to maintain everything here and I will click OK. Alright, so this is my canvas area and this is my working area. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a solid color here, and to do that I'm going to come to the adjustment layer here, so click it, then you click on solid color. Now with the color I'm going to take something like this, EBCD 9D. Okay, so when we are done choosing the color, just click OK here, and that is it for the first thing. So now the second thing we're going to do is I'm going to import my first resource in here, which is this resources. So I'm going to import this, hold and drag it in here, okay, something like this. Then with your shift key held, click on the left corner here and drag it. Do same for this portion and drag it outside and in. Okay, so just put it somewhere nicely like this. Let's hit OK. So when we are done, we're going to, with the mode here, we're going to select overlay. Okay, overlay, and that is it. So let's rasterize this image. To do that, right click this portion and choose rasterize. Good. So when we are done, we are going to select the eraser tool to wipe these portions off. Okay, so to do that I'm going to select my eraser tool. This is my eraser tool, so I'm going to wipe this portion off. So I'm going to increase the size of the eraser using my close square bracket on my keyboard. So I'm going to increase the size, then I'm just going to clean this portion like this. I'm going to clean this portion like this. Left click, else you use the movement of the cursor to do the clean. Okay, I think this is okay. Then when we are done, just click the move tool here, and now the name of the label is Odopa Burkina, Special Burkina. So I'm going to do this. So to do that, I will click my text tool in here, then so I'm going to use a font called TWI Tweet. So that's the name of the font. Doso. Yeah. So I don't know if I had the pronunciation correct, but that is the name of the font. So I'm going to type Odopa. So I typed X to get this symbol. Let me increase the size. That is okay. Then D Alright, so that is it. Odopa. Then I'm going to type again, but not with the same font. I'm going to choose a different font. So Odopa special brew Kina. Alright. So with this, I'm going to make some modifications to this text by coming to this character panel here. So now with the Odopa, I'm going to choose bold italic, and this is not the color I want, so I'm going to pick a color like this. So I'm going to choose a white color for it, so white color. So right now I'm going to add a stroke to Odopa. To do that, I'll come to my layer style here, which is the FX, click on stroke, and I'm going to add the layer style. The color is C67816. So that is it. So okay, then let's increase the size from 3 to I think 7 is okay. Then click OK when you are done. Now we're going to increase the size, so it's Control T and hold the shift key to drag this like this to get a nice size like this. Good. Control 0 to get my text up here like this. So let's decrease the size of the Odopa a bit. Okay. Then special Burkina. I'm going to make this caps. Then I'm going to decrease the size to, but I'm going to change the font style to Poppins. So a font name Poppins. I'm going to choose semi bold, and I'm going to change the color to this color, 667816. That is a hexa code of it. So I'm going to continue making the modifications. So with my text tool selected, I will click in here. Then I'm going to drag this a bit. Then when I'm done, I'll just click the move tool. Then I'm going to push this here, something like this. So something like this. Good. Now when I'm done, I'm going to select both. Okay, I'm going to select both. So now to do the selection, with the first layer selected, click on your control key on your keyboard and select the other layer. That is it. I'm going to group this. So to do that, I'm going to do Control G to group them. Now I can move these two layers above freely. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to press Control T. Then I'm going to rotate this a little bit like this. Okay, so this is getting nice. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a lav on top of the O. Okay, so this text is known as O. I'm going to add a lav on top of this text. Now to do that, I have a font name Photogrammy. Okay, so I'm going to choose the font name Photogrammy. So that is Photogrammy. So this is it. When we are done, just click the move to. So I'm going to place this one here, but I'm going to increase the size, Control T, then I'm going to drag this out like this. Hit the enter key on your keyboard and just put this on top of it nicely. But when it comes to the layer, I'm going to put this beneath the layer of that. So that is it. So it is beneath it. So I'm going to change the color and I'm going to give it the same color as this. Sorry, as this. Nope, that isn't the color. So that the color is and okay. So now I can move this about freely or Dopa Special Burkina. So now the next thing I'm going to do now in here is I'm going to import two bottles in here. So one will be slanted diagonally and the other will also be slanted diagonally. So let me get in the other resource, which is this, okay, this bottle. So hold and drag and place it in here. Alright, so I'm going to increase the size of this bottle like this. Alright, so I'm going to slant this like this. So when I'm done, when I'm done with the slant, and that is okay for me. So I'm just going to hit enter. Then I'm going to pull this layer down beneath. Sorry. Good. Then when we come to the blending mode here, I'm going to choose overlay. Alright, overlay. So I'm going to duplicate this bottle. Control J to do that. I'm going to press Control J. Then Then I'll pick the duplicated one in here. Then Control T, and I'm going to rotate this like this. Good. So I'm going to drag this beneath in here like this, and something like this is okay. So hit enter when we are done. Let me go like this. Okay. So now the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring in the write-ups here. So my next resources, so I'm going to bring in this. I'm going to bring in this one after the other. So I'm going to quickly do this and I'll get back to you soon. Alright guys, see you. Alright guys, so I've been able to copy everything here. So I'm going to just do the arrangement in here. So I'm going to do that. Alright, so the next thing we are going to type in here is the ingredient. Now the ingredient comes with this, so I'll select a rounded rectangular tool. Then I'm going to draw something like this in here. Then with the color, I'm going to change the color to, let me say, red. I will change the color soon. So to change the color from this color to this color, with this layer selected, double tap the small box in here and it will give you the options to change the color. So I'm going to select this color and that is it. So my ingredients, so with my text tool selected, I'm going for my ingredients. So ingredients, so the ingredient is, I'm going to change the font color to white and I'm going to make this capital. So I'm choosing capital and I'm going to divide the size to 12. Alright, ingredient. Then I'll go in for my last text, which is millet, fresh cow and sugar. Then I'm going to paste them in here. So Control V to paste them in here. So select this and I'm going to select a black color. So I'm going to select the left alignment and that is it. I'm going to shift this in here a bit. So the ingredients are millet, fresh cow milk and sugar. So let me reduce the size to, let me say 9. Alright, so this is okay and I'll maintain this. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write something nice in here. So something like a taste you can't resist. So I'm going to reselect this to small font, so a taste. Sorry. So I'm going to change the font style of this. So I'll come to my character in here and change the font to Miraculous Christmas, and I'm going to turn this to 0, and I'm going to change the color to this color, and I'm going to increase the size of the text. So to do that, I'm going to press Ctrl T, hold my shift key and drag this out like this. So something like this is okay. So right now I'm going to duplicate this layer here, this rounded rectangular. So I'm going to duplicate it. So to do that, I'm going to press Ctrl J. Now I've duplicated, so I'm going to hold and drag this in here. Okay, so Ctrl T to resize it. So I'm going to do this, resize it, and I'm going to put it here like this, and I'm going to hit enter. But I can shift this in here a bit like this, and I can reduce the size. So let's say let me change the size to 20. So what goes into this rounded rectangular tool is shake wall before use. So I go by this with the text to selected. Come here, I say shake wall, then so I'm going to change the font style to Right Pro. Sorry. So I have to select it here, Right Pro. Alright. I'm going to change the font color to white. And the size, I'm going to change the size to 12. But I'm going to decrease it to shake wall. I'm going to change the color to white as well. Then I'm going to change this font style as well to the Right Pro. Then I'm going to increase the size to we're almost done with it. So my final touch to this is this string should be saved chilled. Okay, so this string should be saved chilled. So I'm going to do this. So I'm going to select my text tool and write that text in here, save chilled. So we can see, so I'm going to change the font to this, then okay, so save chilled. Now I'm going to rotate this to Control T to get a transform, then rotate it. So it should be saved chilled. Right. So I'm going to take a font by name Christmas. So Christmas. We increase the size to 11 and and there you have it. Our label is ready for print. Alright guys, this brings us to the end of today's video tutorial. I believe you learned something new in here. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel BlabenSolutions. Also, don't forget to like and share the video as well. Let me also know what you think about this video in the comment box below. Until I come your way next time, it is still BlabenSolutions, and I'm out.